They called me worthless in high school. Tonight he paid $100,000 to own me for 5 days. The auction house smelled like desperation and expensive cologne. I stood backstage in a white silk robe that cost more than my rent, hands shaking, stomach churning, trying to remember why I was doing this. $37,000. That's what Miles's surgery cost. $37,000 I didn't have. Couldn't borrow, couldn't earn fast enough. My baby brother, 20 years old, dying of heart failure while I stood here preparing to sell the one thing I'd sworn I'd never commodify. My heat. Lot 17. A woman with a clipboard appeared. Professional, detached, like she facilitated the sale of human bodies every weekend. You're up in 5 minutes. Any questions? What happens after? My voice came out smaller than intended. After the auction, the winning bidder claims you for your heat cycle, 3 to 5 days depending on your biology. You'll be housed in one of our luxury suites, medically supervised, completely safe. Safe, as if selling yourself to a stranger could ever be safe. And the money? Transferred immediately after the auction closes, before consummation. She checked her tablet. You specified the funds go directly to Manhattan Medical Center, correct? Yes. For Miles, everything for Miles. Good luck, Lot 17. She walked away. Lot 17. Not Ethan. Not a person with a name and a history and a brother counting on him. Just a number, a commodity, an omega in heat for sale to the highest bidder. I could hear the auction through the curtain, the auctioneer's voice smooth and practiced, selling bodies like art pieces. Lot 16 sells for $42,000 to bidder 73. $42,000. More than Miles's surgery. Maybe I'd get lucky. Maybe someone would bid high enough that there'd be money left over for medication, for recovery, for the life Miles deserved. Lot 17 to the stage. This was it. I walked through the curtain. The stage was smaller than I'd imagined. Spotlight blinding, audience hidden in darkness beyond. Rich alphas, powerful omegas looking for entertainment, betas with money and curiosity, all here to buy someone's vulnerability. Lot 17, the auctioneer began. Male omega, age 24, heat cycle beginning in approximately 18 hours. Medical records confirm fertility, health, and... He continued listing my specifications like I was livestock. I stood there, trying not to shake, trying to remember this was temporary. 3 to 5 days, then I'd have the money. Miles would have his surgery. We'd survive. Bidding starts at $20,000. Silence. My stomach dropped. What if no one bids? What if I wasn't worth $20,000? A voice from the back. Deep, bored. $25,000. Different voices. Closer. Relief crashed over me. $30,000. $35,000. The numbers climbed. I couldn't see their faces. Just voices in the dark. Claiming, competing, reducing me to a price. $50,000. A new voice cut through. Familiar. Impossibly familiar. My blood ran cold. $55,000, another countered. $75,000, that voice again. Closer now. Commanding. And I'm not done. I knew that voice. God, I knew that voice. It haunted my nightmares, echoed through memories I tried to bury. Jordan Mitchell, my childhood bully, the alpha who'd made my life hell from age 12 to 18, who'd pushed me downstairs, ruined my textbooks, spread rumors that I was easy, desperate, broken, who'd cornered me senior year and told me I'd never be worth more than a quick fuck in a bathroom stall. And now he was here, bidding on me. $75,000 going once, the auctioneer called. $80,000. Another voice, unfamiliar, strong. $100,000. Jordan again, final, absolute. Let's end this. Silence, heavy, suffocating. $100,000 going once, going twice. The auctioneer paused. Sold. Lot 17 to bidder 91. The gavel struck. My legs buckled. Someone caught me from behind. An assistant guided me off stage while the world spun. $100,000. More than enough for Miles's surgery. For medication. for recovery, for everything. But the price was Jordan. 3 to 5 days with the person who'd destroyed my adolescence, who'd made me believe I was worthless, who'd laughed while I bled. The buyer is waiting in Suite 7, the assistant said. You have 30 minutes to prepare. 30 minutes to mentally prepare for hell. I was led to a preparation room, showered, given clean clothes, something soft, designed to be easily removed. My heat was already starting. Subtle warmth, the beginning of need that would become desperate within hours, and I'd spend it with him. The assistant returned. He's ready for you. I followed her through hallways, each step heavier than the last. She stopped at a door. Suite 7, knocked once. Come in. His voice. She opened the door. I walked through. Into a luxury suite. King bed, floor-to-ceiling windows. Expensive everything. And standing by the window, back to me, was Jordan. Taller than I remembered. Broader. Wearing a suit that probably cost more than my entire wardrobe. He turned, and I forgot how to breathe. He was beautiful. Sharp features. Dark eyes. That cruel mouth I remembered twisted into something that might have been a smile. Hello, Ethan, he said. It's been 6 years. 6 years since graduation. 6 years since I'd escaped him. And now I was trapped with him for the length of my heat. Why? The word came out broken. Why did I bid on you? He stepped closer. Isn't it obvious? No, because you're mine. Simple, possessive, absolute. You always have been, and I'm done pretending otherwise. The room tilted. I'm not yours, I'm no one's. You're mine for the next 5 days. He closed the distance, stopped inches away. And by the time your heat breaks, you'll understand exactly what that means. His scent hit me, cedar and smoke and something darker. Alpha. My body responded despite my mind screaming. This was going to be hell. I need to make a call, I said, trying to keep my voice steady. Check on my brother. Your brother. Jordan's expression shifted, something almost soft flickering through. Miles, heart surgery. That's why you're here. I stared. How do you know that? I know everything about you, Ethan. He pulled out his phone, handed it to me. Call. Make sure he's okay. I'll wait. I took the phone. Our fingers brushed. Electric. I pulled away fast. Dialed the hospital. Manhattan Medical Center, ICU. This is Ethan Parker. I'm calling about Miles Parker. Is he? Mr. Parker. Yes. We just received transfer confirmation for the surgical funds. Your brother is scheduled for tomorrow morning. Dr. Chen says the prognosis is excellent. Relief made my knees weak. Thank you. I hung up, handed the phone back to Jordan. He's having surgery tomorrow, I said quietly. Because of you. Because you bid. My throat closed. Why 100,000? The others stopped at 80. You could have won for less. I wanted to make sure you got more than enough. He set the phone down. Miles will need post-op care, medication, physical therapy. I made sure you'd have funds for all of it. I didn't understand. This didn't match the Jordan I remembered. Why? I asked again. You hated me. You made my life hell. You told me I was worthless. Why would you help my brother? I never hated you. Yes, you did. You pushed me downstairs, destroyed my things, spread rumors. I was 18 and stupid. He ran a hand through his hair, frustrated and terrified. Of what? Of you. He met my eyes. Of how much I wanted you, of what that meant. I was supposed to be this perfect alpha, strong, dominant, interested in elegant omegas from good families. And instead, I couldn't stop thinking about you, this sharp-tongued, stubborn omega who refused to submit to anyone. My heart hammered. That's not an excuse. It's not. He stepped closer. It's an explanation, a shitty one. But I'm not here to make excuses. I'm here because when I saw your name on the auction list, I knew I couldn't let anyone else have you. Have me. Win the auction, he corrected, though I'd be lying if I said possession wasn't part of it. I want you, Ethan. I've wanted you since we were kids, and I'm done denying it. Heat was building. I could feel it. The slow burn becoming urgent, my body preparing for what was coming. This doesn't change anything, I said. You hurt me for years. You don't get forgiven because you wrote a check. I know. He reached out, stopped himself. But I have 5 days to try. 5 days to show you I'm not that scared kid anymore. That I've grown up. That I can be what you need. I don't need you. Your body disagrees. It was true. My body was responding to his proximity, his scent, the alpha pheromones designed to trigger omega submission. I hated it. Hated that biology betrayed choice. Don't touch me unless I ask, I said. I don't care what you paid. I don't care about the heat. You don't get to touch me without permission. Agreed. The easy acceptance surprised me. Really? Really? He moved to the bed, sat on the edge. I paid for your heat, Ethan. Not your consent. Not your submission. If you spend the next 5 days telling me to fuck off while I suffer through blue balls, that's your right. You'd really do that? I'd hate every second. His smile was self-deprecating. But yes, this isn't about forcing you. It's about proving I've changed, that I'm worth a second chance. Before I could respond, there was a knock. Jordan frowned. I didn't order room service. He stood, walked to the door, opened it. 2 men stood there. Alphas, both stunning, both radiating power. Jordan, the first one spoke. Sharp suit, colder eyes. We need to talk. Ryan, Jordan's voice went flat. This isn't a good time. Make time. The second alpha pushed past, spotted me, froze. Oh, you actually did it. You bought him. Get out, Devon. Why? Devon's eyes locked on me. We had an agreement. All 3 of us bid. Whoever won would share. That was the deal. My stomach dropped. What? I looked at Jordan. What is he talking about? Jordan's jaw clenched. It's complicated. Uncomplicated. Ryan stepped forward, studied me with clinical interest. We made a pact 6 years ago, he said. The 3 of us. We'd find you, make sure you were safe. And if the opportunity ever arose to claim you, we'd do it together. Claim me. My voice shook. The 3 of you. Reverse harem, Devon said. Very modern, very progressive, very insane. I backed up. I don't even know you. You do, actually. Ryan's expression softened. I'm Ryan Mitchell, Jordan's older brother. I was a senior when you were a freshman. I tried to stop him from bullying you. Failed. Been regretting it ever since. I remembered him. Vaguely. The older Mitchell brother who'd sometimes intervened. Who'd looked at me with something that might have been interest before walking away. And I'm Devon Carter. The other alpha smiled. Charming. Dangerous. I graduated 2 years ahead of you. Watched Jordan make an ass of himself. Decided if he wasn't going to claim you properly, maybe I would. This couldn't be happening. You can't just decide to share someone, I said. That's not how this works. Actually, Jordan said quietly, if you agree, it is exactly how this works. Reverse harem bonds are legal. Recognized. 3 alphas, 1 omega. Everyone consents. Everyone commits. I don't consent. Not yet, Devon agreed. But you have 5 days, and now there are 3 of us trying to prove we're worth it. My heat spiked. Harder. Faster. 3 alpha scents mixing in the air. Cedar and smoke from Jordan. Something crisp and cold from Ryan. Warm spice from Devon. My body responded. Traitor. Get out, I said. All of you. I need to think. You need to nest, Ryan corrected gently. Your heat is accelerating. The presence of multiple alphas is triggering it faster. I should be alone. I moved toward the bedroom. Stay out here. Don't come in unless I'm dying. I slammed the door, locked it, and collapsed against it. What the hell had I just walked into? The heat hit like a wave. I'd barely made it to the bed before my body betrayed me completely. Burning, aching, need clawing through every nerve. I'd been through heats before. Alone, miserable, but manageable. This was different. 3 alphas on the other side of the door, their combined sense seeping through, calling to something primal in me that didn't care about consent or choice or the past. I grabbed pillows, blankets, built a nest without thinking. Instinct taking over. My clothes felt wrong, too hot, too restrictive. I stripped them off, curled into the nest, tried to think through the fog. Jordan had bought me, but Ryan and Devon claimed they had an agreement to share me, like I was something that could be divided. Ethan, Jordan's voice through the door, strained. Your scent is, we can smell you. All of us. You need help. No, you're going into full heat alone. That's dangerous. I'll manage. You'll suffer. Ryan this time, calmer. Let one of us help, just one. The others will leave. No alphas. That's not how heats work, Devon added. Your body is producing pheromones designed to attract us, to make us. I don't care what my body is designed to do. I pressed my face into a pillow. Jordan's scent. He must have sat on this bed earlier. I'm not letting any of you touch me. Silence, then movement on the other side of the door. We'll be right here, Jordan said finally. When you change your mind, when it becomes too much, we'll be here. Their sense intensified. They were close, right outside the door, waiting. Hours passed. Maybe. Time lost meaning in the heat. I drifted between burning need and desperate attempts to resist. My body begged for an alpha. Any alpha, all of them. But my mind held firm. I wouldn't give in, wouldn't let them win. Wouldn't. A cramp hit. Vicious. Painful. I gasped. Ethan! Alarm in Jordan's voice. I'm fine. Another cramp. Worse. I bit down on the pillow to keep from crying out. He's hurting. Ryan. We should. He said no. Jordan's voice was tight. We respect that. Even if it kills him, it won't kill him, but forcing ourselves on him might kill any chance we have. They were arguing about me. Like I wasn't a person with autonomy and choice. Like I was a problem to be solved. Anger cut through the heat. I stood, legs shaking, unlocked the door, pulled it open. 3 alphas stumbled back. They'd been pressed against it, listening, waiting. You want to help? I demanded. Then leave. Go somewhere else. Let me suffer through this alone with some dignity. They stared. I was naked, flushed, obviously in distress, and they looked at me like I was everything. We can't leave, Jordan said, voice rough. The suite is prepaid, non-refundable, and even if we could, we wouldn't. Not while you're like this. Then suffer with me, I stepped back. But you're not touching me, any of you. I slammed the door, locked it again, collapsed. This was hell. My phone buzzed. I'd left it on the nightstand. I crawled over. Checked it. Text from an unknown number. This is Ryan. Jordan gave me your number. I'm texting because talking through the door seems inefficient. Are you okay? I stared at it. Then another text. This is Devon. I'm hijacking the phone. He's being too polite. Are you dying? Because you smell like you're dying, and we're losing our minds out here. A third text. Jordan again. Ignore them. We're here if you need us. No pressure. No expectations. Just here. I typed back with shaking hands. Why do you even care? You bullied me, ignored me, barely knew I existed. Why the sudden interest? 3 responses came rapid fire. Jordan. Because I was an idiot. Because I've regretted every moment since graduation. Because seeing your name on that auction list felt like fate giving me a second chance. Ryan. Because my brother is an idiot, and because I should have intervened years ago. This is me trying to make up for past failures. Devon. Because you're gorgeous and stubborn, and I've had a crush on you since junior year. Also because these 2 idiots need supervision. Despite everything, I smiled, just a little. This is insane. Jordan. Agreed. Ryan. Completely. Devon. The best things usually are. Another cramp hit. I curled around the phone. I hate this. Jordan. I know. Ryan. Can we do anything? Water? Food? Just name it. Devon. I'm a terrible cook, but I make excellent omelets. Want an omelet? I laughed. It came out as a sob. I want my brother to be okay. I want to not be in heat. I want to go back to my shitty apartment and my normal life where alphas don't bid on me and childhood bullies don't suddenly decide they care. Jordan. Miles's surgery is tomorrow. He'll be okay. As for the rest, I can't make promises. But I can try. We can try. If you let us. Why should I trust you? Jordan, you shouldn't. But maybe you can trust that I'm too selfish to let you suffer alone. That watching you hurt is worse than anything you could do to me. Ryan, you don't have to trust us. Just let us help. Even from out here. Even if all we can do is text. Devon, also I really do make great omelets. Just saying. The heat was getting worse. My body needed relief. Needed something I wasn't willing to give. But their texts helped. Distracted me. Made the pain bearable. Keep talking about anything. I don't care what. Just keep talking, Devon. Oh, excellent. I have so many stories. Did you know Jordan once got stuck in a tree trying to impress an Omega at summer camp? Jordan. Don't, Devon. He was 12. The Omega was 16. He climbed the tree to get her attention. Fire department had to rescue him. Jordan. I hate you. Ryan. This is the quality content we need. They kept texting, stories, jokes, arguments with each other, and slowly, impossibly, the heat became manageable. Not gone, just bearable. Because I wasn't alone. I woke to sunlight and exhaustion. The heat had broken sometime near dawn, my body finally releasing me from its grip. I laid there, staring at the ceiling, remembering the texts, the voices through the door, the way they'd stayed all night even though I'd locked them out. My phone sat beside me. Last message from 3 hours ago. Jordan. Sleep, Ethan. We'll be here when you wake up. I sat up slowly. Everything ached. I needed a shower. Food. To check on Miles. I stumbled to the bathroom. Showered. Put on the robe hanging there. Took a breath. Opened the bedroom door. All three of them were on the couch. Asleep. Jordan sprawled on one end. Devon in the middle with his head on Jordan's shoulder. Ryan on the other end, perfectly composed, even unconscious. They'd stayed. All night. I walked quietly to the kitchenette, found water, drank half the bottle. You're awake, I jumped. Ryan was sitting up, hair slightly mussed, still gorgeous. Sorry, he said softly. Didn't mean to startle you. How are you feeling? Like I got hit by a truck. First night is always the hardest. He stood, moved to the kitchen. Sit, I'll make breakfast. You don't have to. I want to. He pulled out eggs, vegetables. Besides, if I don't cook, Devon will try, and his omelets are terrible. He just doesn't know it. Despite everything, I smiled. I sat at the counter, watched him cook. He moved efficiently, comfortable in the space, making enough for all of us. Why are you really here? I asked quietly. You don't know me. Your brother was awful to me. What could possibly make you think this is a good idea? Ryan was silent for a moment. Then he spoke without turning. I was 21 when I saw Jordan push you down the stairs, he said. Senior year. You were a freshman. You'd said no to carrying his books or some ridiculous demand. So he pushed you. I remembered. Broken wrist, missed midterms, physical therapy. I pulled him off you, Ryan continued. Took him home, beat the shit out of him, told him if he ever touched you again, I'd tell our parents everything. He stopped. After that, at least the physical stuff. That was you. That was me. He plated the food. And I went back to school the next week planning to apologize, to check on you, to maybe ask if you wanted help catching up on schoolwork. I never saw you. Because I was a coward. He set a plate in front of me. I stood outside your classroom 3 times. Couldn't go in. Couldn't face you. Couldn't admit that my little brother was a bully and I'd enabled it by not acting sooner. That's not on you, isn't it? He finally looked at me. I was older, stronger, alpha. I could have stopped it years before, but I didn't. I let him hurt you because it was easier than confronting family, and I've regretted it every day since. He set plates for the others. When Jordan told me he'd found you on the auction list, Ryan said, I knew I couldn't let him face you alone, that I owed you an apology, that maybe this was my chance to make things right. By buying me? By being here when you needed help. He sat across from me. Even if that help was just texting memes at 3 a.m. because you were in pain. I ate. The food was perfect. And Devon, I asked, what's his excuse? I'm terribly charming and couldn't resist the drama. I turned. Devon was awake, stretching like a cat. Also, he continued, I had a massive crush on you junior year, wrote terrible poetry, practiced asking you out in the mirror, then graduated before I worked up the courage. You never talked to me. Because you terrified me. He grabbed a plate. You were this brilliant, angry Omega who took no shit from anyone. I was a cowardly alpha who couldn't string two words together around you. You seem pretty articulate now. Years of therapy. He grinned. Also, I'm fake it till you make it personified. Fake what? Confidence, charm, the illusion that I know what I'm doing. He took a bite. Oh God, Ryan, this is incredible. Why are you always good at everything? Because I practice. Ryan's lips twitched. Unlike some people who wing it and hope for the best. They bickered, like brothers, like friends, like this was normal. Where's Jordan? I asked. They went quiet. Bathroom, Devon said. But also avoiding you. Why? Because he feels guilty. Ryan set down his fork. Last night was hard for all of us, but especially him. Hearing you in pain, knowing he couldn't help, knowing he's the reason you don't trust any of us. He should feel guilty. He does. Devon's usual levity was gone. He's been carrying it for 6 years, went to therapy, tried to find you, failed. When he saw the auction listing, he nearly broke down, said it was fate giving him one last chance to make things right. That doesn't excuse what he did. No, Jordan's voice came from behind me. It doesn't. I turned. He stood in the doorway, hair wet from a shower, clothes clean, eyes haunted. I was cruel, he said, deliberately, repeatedly. I hurt you because I was scared and stupid and didn't know how to process feelings that terrified me. He stepped closer. And I know sorry isn't enough, he continued. Know that buying you at an auction to prove I've changed is probably the worst possible way to earn forgiveness. But I'm here, and I'm trying. And if you want me to leave, if you want all of us to leave, we will. You paid $100,000. I don't care about the money. His voice was fierce. I care that you're safe, that Miles gets his surgery, that you're not suffering alone. I suffered alone for years because of you. I know. He stopped 3 feet away, and I can't take that back, can't undo it. All I can do is promise to spend however long it takes proving I'm different now. I looked at the three of them. Jordan, desperate for redemption. Ryan carrying guilt for inaction. Devon hiding behind charm because sincerity scared him. Miles's surgery is today, I said. They nodded. I want to be there. Of course, Ryan said immediately. We'll take you. All of you. If you want. Jordan's voice was careful. Or just one, or none. Whatever makes you comfortable. I thought about it. About facing this alone. About having support. All of you, I said finally. But only because Miles will ask questions if I show up alone after telling him I was working. What does he know? Devon asked. That I needed money fast. That I found a temporary job. Nothing about heats or auctions or childhood bullies suddenly deciding they want me. We should probably explain that, Jordan said. Eventually? Eventually, I agreed. After he survives surgery. After he's healthy. After... My phone rang. Hospital, I answered. Mr. Parker, this is Dr. Chen. Your brother is prepped for surgery. We're beginning in 1 hour. Would you like to see him before? Yes, I'm coming now. I hung up, looked at them. Let's go. They moved immediately, coordinated, efficient. Jordan grabbed keys, Ryan my jacket. Devon checked I had my phone. Like they'd done this before, like this was normal. We left the suite, together, and I tried not to think about what that meant. Miles looked small in the hospital bed. 20 years old, but he'd always be my baby brother. The kid I'd raised after our parents died. The reason I kept fighting when everything hurt. Ethan. His smile was weak but genuine. You came. Of course I came. I crossed to the bed, took his hand. How are you feeling? Terrified. He laughed softly. But ready. Dr. Chen says the surgery has a 95% success rate. Those are good odds. The best odds? His eyes drifted past me, to the three alphas standing in the doorway. Miles's eyebrows rose. Did you bring backup? These are... I hesitated. Friends. They offered to drive. Friends. Miles looked at me. Really looked. Since when do you have alpha friends? You hate alphas. I don't hate all alphas. Yes, you do. You've hated them since high school. His gaze sharpened despite the medication. Wait, is that Jordan? Jordan Mitchell? Jordan stepped forward. Hi, Miles. The Jordan who bullied my brother? Yes. And you brought him to my pre-surgery visit because... I squeezed Miles's hand. It's complicated. Uncomplicated. Later, after surgery, when you're healthy and can properly yell at me. I'm going to remember you said that. Dr. Chen entered. Professional, warm, confident. Mr. Parker. He nodded to me, then saw the alphas. This is quite the support system. They insisted, I said. Good. Dr. Chen checked Miles's chart. Studies show patients with strong support networks have better outcomes. Miles, we're ready for you. Any last questions? Will it hurt? You'll be unconscious. You won't feel anything. What if I die? You won't. Dr. Chen's voice was firm. I've done this surgery 400 times. You're young, healthy otherwise. You're going to be fine. Miles looked at me. What if I'm not? Then I'll bring you back just to kill you myself. My voice cracked. You don't get to leave me, Miles. We're a package deal. You promised. I promised. The orderlies came, started prepping him for transport. Ethan, Miles called as they wheeled him toward the door. Yeah? Whatever's going on with you and the alphas, just be careful, okay? You deserve good things. Don't settle for less. Then he was gone, through the doors, into surgery. I stood there, numb. Someone's hand touched my shoulder. Ryan. He'll be fine, he said gently. You don't know that. No, but Dr. Chen does, and he's confident. Confidence isn't certainty. It's close enough. We moved to the waiting room, sat in uncomfortable chairs designed to make hours feel like days. Jordan paced. Devon scrolled his phone. Ryan sat perfectly still. I watched the clock. 60 minutes. Dr. Chen said the surgery would take 3 to 4 hours. 240 minutes. 14,400 seconds. Each one agony. Tell me about him, Devon said suddenly. Who? Miles, your brother. Tell me about him. I didn't want to talk, but talking was better than silence. He's smart, I said. Smarter than me. Full scholarship to Columbia. Studying engineering. Wants to build bridges. Says if you build a good bridge, you connect people who couldn't reach each other before. That's poetic. He's poetic, writes too. Poetry, short stories. Has a notebook full of them he thinks I don't know about. Do you read them? Sometimes, when he leaves it out. I smiled. They're good, really good. He writes about hope, about finding light in dark places, about survival being an art form. Sounds like he learned from the best, Jordan said quietly. I looked at him. Don't. Don't what? Don't pretend you know me. Don't act like we're close. Don't. I'm not pretending. He stopped pacing. I'm stating facts. You raised Miles alone, kept him alive, got him into college, sacrificed your heat to pay for his surgery. That's not ordinary. That's extraordinary. I did what I had to do. Most people wouldn't. Ryan's voice was soft. Most people would have found another way. A loan, a payment plan, something that didn't require selling themselves. There wasn't another way. There's always another way. Devon set down his phone. You chose the fastest one, the one that guaranteed Miles got help immediately. That's love, Ethan. The kind that sacrifices everything. I didn't know what to say. 2 hours passed, then 3. Finally, Dr. Chen appeared, still in scrubs, mask pulled down, smiling. He's fine, Dr. Chen said. Surgery went perfectly, no complications. Heart is functioning beautifully. He'll need recovery time, but the prognosis is excellent. Relief crashed over me. I couldn't stand, couldn't breathe, couldn't process. When can I see him? He's in recovery. Another hour. Then you can visit briefly. Dr. Chen left. I sat there, hands shaking. Miles was okay. He was going to live. And I'd done it. I'd saved him. Ethan. Jordan crouched in front of me. Breathe. I'm breathing. No? You're hyperventilating. Was I? His hands framed my face. Look at me. Focus on me. Breathe with me. In. Out. In. Out. I matched his rhythm. Slowly, steadily, until the world stopped spinning. Better? He asked. Better. Your brother is okay. Because of you. The words hurt to admit. Because you paid $100,000. Because you didn't have to, but you did. And I don't understand why. Because you matter, he said simply. You've always mattered. And I'm done pretending otherwise. Ryan and Devon moved closer, surrounding me, not trapping, supporting. We've got you, Ryan said. Whatever comes next, Devon added, we've got you. And for the first time in 6 years, I let myself believe them. Miles was groggy but alive. I sat beside his bed, held his hand, tried not to cry from relief. You look terrible, he mumbled. You just had heart surgery. And you look worse than me. His eyes focused. What happened? Nothing? Liar. He squeezed my hand, weak but determined. Tell me. So I did, all of it. The auction, the heat, the 3 alphas, Jordan's past, the $100,000, everything. He listened, didn't interrupt, just absorbed it all with that quiet intelligence that made him dangerous. So you sold your heat to save me, he said finally. Yes. And your childhood bully bought you. Yes. Along with his brother and their friend. Yes. And now they want to, what? Date you? All 3 of them? Apparently. He was quiet, then laughed. Weak, pained, but genuine. Only you, he said, could turn a tragic auction into a reverse harem situation. This isn't funny. It's hilarious. He winced. Ow. Don't make me laugh. But seriously, Ethan, what do you want? I want you healthy. I am healthy, or I will be. What else? I thought about it. I don't know. Yes, you do. His eyes were sharp despite the medication. Do you want them? They hurt me. Jordan hurt you. The others were bystanders. That's different. Not different enough. Maybe not. He adjusted slightly. But they're here. They paid for my surgery. They drove you to the hospital. They're waiting outside right now because you asked them to give us privacy. That's something. It's guilt. Maybe. Or maybe it's genuine. He squeezed my hand. You've spent 6 years hating alphas, hiding from them, building walls so high no one could reach you. And now 3 of them are trying, really trying. Don't you think that deserves consideration? I don't trust them. Trust is earned. Give them the chance to earn it. Why are you on their side? I'm on your side. His voice was firm despite the weakness. Always. But being on your side means wanting you happy. And you haven't been happy in years, Ethan. You've been surviving. There's a difference. The truth hurt. I don't know how to let them in. Start small. Let them help. Let them prove themselves. If they fail, you leave. If they succeed, maybe you have something real. A nurse entered. Time's up. He needs rest. I stood. I'll be back tomorrow. Bring them, Miles said. Who? The alphas. All 3. I want to meet them properly. Threaten them. Make sure they know if they hurt you again, I'll destroy them. You just had heart surgery. I can destroy people from a hospital bed. He smiled. I'm talented like that. I left. The 3 alphas stood immediately when I entered the waiting room. How is he? Jordan asked. Good, strong. He wants to meet you tomorrow. Officially, to threaten you. Devon grinned. I like him already. We left the hospital, drove back to the suite in silence. Inside, I finally spoke. I need to go home. They froze. Home? Ryan asked carefully. My apartment. I need clothes. My things. To check on my life. We'll take you, Jordan said immediately. All of you. Unless you don't want us to. I thought about it. About boundaries, about trust, about letting them into the last space that was mine. You can come, I said, but you don't stay. I need space to think, to process, to figure out what the hell I'm doing. Understood. My apartment was small, studio, barely furnished. The kind of place you lived when survival mattered more than comfort. They looked around, taking it in. Jordan's face did something complicated. You lived here? He asked. For 6 years? It's affordable. It's a box. It's mine. I grabbed a bag, started packing. Not everyone has penthouses and luxury suites. I know, He stopped. I'm sorry that you had to live like this while I had everything. Don't. I shoved clothes into the bag. Don't apologize for having money. Apologize for making my life hell. Those are different things. I'm sorry for both. I stopped, looked at him, really looked. He meant it. I could see it in his eyes, in the way he held himself, in the guilt he carried like physical weight. Why now? I asked. Why wait 6 years? Why not find me sooner? Apologize sooner? Fix things sooner? Because I was a coward. Simple, honest. Because facing you meant facing what I'd done. And I wasn't ready, wasn't brave enough, wasn't worthy enough. And now you are? No. He stepped closer. I'm still not worthy, still not brave enough. But seeing your name on that auction list, knowing you were desperate enough to sell yourself, knowing I could help, I couldn't walk away. Even if you hate me, even if I never earn your forgiveness, I had to try. Ryan cleared his throat. I've spent 6 years regretting inaction, he said. Jordan did terrible things, but I let him, enabled him by not stopping him sooner. I'm just as guilty. And I, Devon added, was too scared to tell you I liked you. Let fear win, and I've regretted it every day since. 3 alphas, 3 different guilts, all focused on me. This is too much, I said. We know, Jordan agreed. I can't just forgive you. We know. And I definitely can't date all 3 of you. Can't you? Devon asked. Why not? Because that's insane. Or brilliant. He smiled. 3 people committed to making you happy. 3 people to support you. 3 people who already know each other and get along. 3 headaches. Also true. Despite everything, I almost smiled. Almost. I need time, I said. Real time. To think. To decide. To figure out if any of this is real or just heat-induced insanity. How much time? Jordan asked. I don't know. Days, weeks, however long it takes. We'll wait, Ryan said immediately. We have jobs, lives, you can't just... We'll wait, he repeated. However long it takes. They meant it, I could tell. Miles wants to meet you tomorrow at the hospital, 2 p.m. We'll be there, Devon promised. I finished packing. They drove me back to my apartment, walked me to the door, didn't ask to come in. Thank you, I said, for the surgery money, for being there, for everything. It's not charity, Jordan said. It's the bare minimum of what you deserve. They left. I went inside, closed the door, leaned against it, and for the first time in 6 years, I wasn't sure what I wanted anymore. 3 days passed. Miles recovered quickly, moved from ICU to a regular room, started physical therapy. The alphas visited daily, brought food, books, entertainment, made Miles laugh despite the pain. And slowly, impossibly, I started to see them differently. Jordan, who sat with Miles for hours reading aloud when I had to work. Ryan, who coordinated with doctors and insurance and made sure everything was covered. Devon, who brought terrible jokes and genuine warmth that made the hospital feel less like a prison. They were trying, really trying, and I didn't know how to handle it. On day 4, Miles called me to his room, alone. Sit, he said. I sat. They're in love with you. They don't know me. They're trying to. He adjusted in bed, stronger now. And you're letting them, which tells me something. What? That you want this. Them. You're just too scared to admit it. I'm not scared. You're terrified. His voice was gentle. You've spent 6 years building walls, protecting yourself, and now 3 alphas are trying to tear those walls down, and you don't know if you should let them. He was right. Of course he was right. What if they hurt me again? I whispered. Then you leave. And I'll help you destroy them. He smiled. But what if they don't? What if this is real? What if you finally get the happiness you deserve? I don't deserve. Stop. Firm. You raised me, sacrificed everything, sold your heat to save my life. You deserve every good thing in the world. And if 3 hot alphas want to give you those things, maybe let them try. It's weird. It's unconventional. He grinned. But you've never been conventional. Why start now? A knock interrupted. Jordan entered. Sorry to interrupt. I brought lunch. He held up bags. From that place Miles mentioned liking. You remembered, Miles said. I pay attention. Jordan set the food down, started unpacking. I watched him move. Efficient, careful, making sure everything was perfect. Jordan, I said. He looked up. Yeah? Why 100,000? You could have won for less. Why pay so much? He was quiet, then sat. Because I wanted to make sure you had more than enough, he said. For Miles, for yourself, for whatever came next. I wanted to give you options, freedom, a chance to build something better. That's a lot of money. You're worth more. Simple. Absolute. You've always been worth more. I just finally figured out how to show it. My chest ached. I don't know how to do this, and I admitted. How to trust you. Any of you. You don't have to trust us yet. He leaned forward. Just let us prove we're trustworthy. Give us time. A real chance. If we fail, you walk away. No guilt, no obligation. But if we succeed, if you succeed, then maybe you give us forever. Forever. The word was terrifying and tempting. Ryan and Devon appeared at the door. Are we interrupting? Ryan asked. Yes, Miles said. But come in anyway. We're having a moment. Devon entered carrying flowers. For you. He handed them to Miles. Hospital rooms need color. Scientific fact. I didn't make it up. You definitely made it up, Ryan said. Maybe, but they're still pretty. Miles took the flowers, smiled. Thank you. I watched them interact, watched how they made my brother laugh, made him feel normal despite the hospital, made him happy. And I realized something. They weren't just trying to win me, they were trying to win my family, to prove they'd be good for both of us. Can I ask you something? I said suddenly. They all looked at me. Anything, Jordan said. Why reverse harem? Why all 3 of you? Why not just one? They exchanged glances. Because we work better together, Ryan said. Each of us brings something different. Jordan brings passion. I bring stability. Devon brings joy. Separately, we're incomplete. Together, we're balanced. And with you, Devon added, we'd be whole. That's a lot of pressure. Or it's a lot of support. Jordan stood, moved closer. Imagine never being alone. Always having backup. Always having someone who understands what you need before you ask. That's what we're offering. What do you want in return? You. All 3 said it simultaneously, then laughed. We want you to be happy, Ryan clarified. Want to be the reason you smile. Want to build a life that's safe and stable and full of everything you've been denied. That's a fantasy. Maybe, Devon grinned. But fantasies can become reality if you let them. I looked at Miles. He nodded encouragingly. I need conditions, I said finally. Name them, Jordan said immediately. First, you don't lie, ever, about anything, even if the truth hurts. Agreed. Second, you don't make decisions for me. We discuss, we compromise, but I get final say about my life. Agreed. Third, you respect boundaries. If I need space, you give it. No questions, no guilt trips. Agreed. Fourth, I hesitated. Fourth, you help me trust you. Show me through actions, not words, that you've changed, that this is real. How long? Ryan asked. As long as it takes. Done. And finally, I said, you treat Miles like family. He's my priority, always. If you can't accept that, this doesn't work. He's already family, Devon said. From the moment we met him. I looked at them. 3 alphas. 3 very different people. 3 chances at something I'd never thought I'd have. This is insane, I said. Completely, Jordan agreed. And it might not work. It might not, but I'm willing to try. The words felt like jumping off a cliff. If you are. Their faces transformed. Joy, relief, hope. We're willing, Ryan said. So willing, Devon added. Thank God, Jordan breathed. Because I don't know what I would have done if you'd said no. Probably cried, Miles said helpfully. He looked like he was about to cry. I wasn't going to cry. You were definitely going to cry. They bickered, and I watched them, watched how easily they moved together, how they made space for each other, how they looked at me like I was everything. Maybe this could work. Maybe I could be happy. Maybe, just maybe, selling my heat had led to something better than survival. It had led to home. The next 2 weeks were strange, wonderful, terrifying. The alphas didn't push, didn't demand, just existed around me with patience I didn't know alphas possessed. Jordan brought coffee every morning, learned I hated coffee and switched to tea. Ryan coordinated Miles's discharge and recovery plan, made sure I didn't have to handle logistics alone. Devon showed up randomly with food, movies, terrible jokes that somehow always made me smile. They were careful with touch, always asking, never assuming. Can I hold your hand? Jordan asked on day 5. Why? Because I want to, and because you look like you need grounding. I was stressed. Work had been intense. Miles's recovery had complications. Everything felt like too much. Okay, I said, his hand wrapped around mine. Warm, solid, steady, and it helped. On day 7, Ryan found me crying in my apartment. What's wrong? He asked immediately. Nothing, everything. I don't know. I wiped my face. I'm just overwhelmed. Can I help? How? Let me take care of dinner, and the dishes, and the laundry I see piling up. You sit, rest, let someone else handle things for once. I can handle it. I know you can. He moved to the kitchen. But you don't have to. That's the point of having us. You're not alone anymore. I watched him work, efficient, competent, genuinely wanting to help. Thank you, I said quietly. Always. On day 10, Devon convinced me to go out. Just for an hour. Fresh air, change of scenery. I promise it'll help. We walked through Central Park, looked at street art, watched performers, ate overpriced hot dogs that somehow tasted amazing. This is nice, I admitted. See? I have good ideas sometimes. Sometimes, he laughed, bumped his shoulder against mine. Casual, friendly, not demanding more than I could give. Can I ask you something, he said. Sure. What scares you most? About us? I thought about it. That it's not real, I said finally. That this is guilt or pity or some alpha savior complex. That when the novelty wears off, you'll realize I'm not worth the effort. He stopped walking, turned to face me. Ethan, his voice was serious. I've wanted you since I was 17. That's 7 years. This isn't novelty. It's not pity. It's not guilt. It's just you. You're funny and stubborn and brilliant, and you don't take shit from anyone. That's attractive. That's worth effort. That's worth everything. You barely know me. Then let me know you. He stepped closer. Really know you. All the messy, complicated parts, the parts you think are broken, let me see them and prove they're not. My throat tightened. What if you're wrong? What if I am broken? Then we're all broken, he smiled, and we'll be broken together. On day 12, Miles came home. The alphas helped move him into my apartment, set up his room, made sure he was comfortable. You're staying here? I asked Jordan. Just tonight, to help. We'll leave tomorrow if you want. All 3 of you. We drew straws. I won, or lost, depending on perspective. Miles settled in, happy to be home, exhausted from the move. The alphas left, except Jordan lingered at the door. Thank you, I said, for everything. The money, the help, the patience, all of it. It's not charity. I know, but still, thank you. He looked like he wanted to say something, then changed his mind. Good night, Ethan. Wait, he stopped. You can stay, I said. If you want, on the couch, just for tonight, in case Miles needs help and I'm exhausted. Are you sure? No, but I'm asking anyway. He He smiled, stayed, slept on my terrible couch without complaint, and in the morning I found him making breakfast. Quietly, carefully, trying not to wake us. "You're still here," I said. "You asked me to stay. You could have left early." "I could have." He plated eggs. "But I wanted to make you breakfast. Wanted to be here when you woke up. Wanted—" He stopped. "I just wanted to be here." Something shifted in my chest. "Jordan." "Yeah? I'm starting to believe you, that this is real, that you've changed, that maybe—" I swallowed hard. "Maybe we could be something." His face transformed. "Really? Really? Can I—" He gestured vaguely. "Can you what? Can I kiss you? I've wanted to for 2 weeks and I'm losing my mind." I thought about it, about trust, about risk, about letting someone in who'd once hurt me. "Okay." He crossed the distance, cupped my face, kissed me like I was precious, gentle, reverent, perfect. When we broke apart, we were both shaking. "I love you," he whispered. "I've loved you since we were kids. And I'm going to spend the rest of my life proving I'm worthy of loving you back." "That's a lot of pressure. I can handle it." Miles appeared in the doorway. "Finally." He looked pleased. "I was wondering when you two would figure it out." "We're not figured out," I said. "We're just trying. That's all anyone can do." He moved to the table. "Now feed me. I'm starving and I smell eggs." Jordan laughed, served breakfast, and we ate together, like a family. Like this was normal. Like maybe it could be. 6 months later, I stood in front of a mirror wearing a suit I never thought I'd own. Custom tailored, perfectly fitted, courtesy of Ryan, who'd insisted I deserved nice things. "You look good," Miles said from the doorway. "I look terrified." "That too." He came in, adjusted my collar. "But mostly good. Ready?" "No." "Too bad. They're waiting." Today was the bonding ceremony. Legal, official, permanent. 3 alphas, 1 omega. Reverse harem recognized by pack law and human law, and every law that mattered. Jordan, Ryan, and Devon. My mates, my partners, my home. The last 6 months had been intense, beautiful, complicated, learning to trust them, learning to let them in, learning that love didn't always mean pain. There had been fights, misunderstandings, moments I'd almost walked away, but they'd stayed, proven themselves. Again and again. Jordan had gone to therapy, worked through his past, apologized to everyone he'd ever hurt. Ryan had created a foundation for scentless omegas, funding surgeries, legal aid, support groups. Devon had simply been present, constant, the steady warmth that made everything bearable. And together, they'd built something I never thought I'd have, a family. "You ready?" Miles asked again. "Yeah," I said, "I'm ready." We walked downstairs. The ceremony was small, intimate, just people who mattered. Miles, healthy and strong, would walk me down the aisle. At the end stood 3 alphas, wearing matching suits, eyes locked on me with such intensity I almost stumbled. The officiant spoke, words about bonds, about commitment, about choosing a family. "Do you, Ethan Parker, accept these 3 alphas as your mates, your partners, your equals in all things?" I looked at them, at Jordan, who'd spent 6 months proving he'd changed, who'd earned my forgiveness through patience and action, at Ryan, who'd turned guilt into purpose, who'd made sure no one else would suffer what I'd suffered, at Devon, who'd shown me that joy was possible, that laughter could heal, that love could be light instead of heavy. "I do," I said. "And do you, Jordan Mitchell, Ryan Mitchell, and Devon Carter, accept Ethan Parker as your mate, your partner, your equal in all things?" "I do," Jordan said, voice steady, eyes wet. "I do," Ryan added, composed but emotional. "I do," Devon finished, grinning despite the tears. "Then by the power vested in me, I declare you bonded. A pack of 4, legally recognized, forever bound." They moved forward, all 3, surrounded me, kissed me, one after another. Jordan first, deep, claiming, perfect. Ryan second, gentle, reverent, safe. Devon third, joyful, playful, home. The small crowd cheered, Miles loudest of all. We signed papers, made it official, became a legal unit recognized by every law. The reception was chaos, good chaos. Friends, family, people who'd supported us. Speech, someone called. Jordan looked at me. You want to? Absolutely not. I'll do it, Devon volunteered. He stood, cleared his throat dramatically. Ethan Parker, he began, is the most stubborn, frustrating, incredible person I've ever met. 6 months ago, he told us we had to earn his trust, that it would take time, that we might fail. He looked at me. We almost did, multiple times, but he gave us chances. Let us prove ourselves. Let us show him that love doesn't always hurt, that alphas can be safe, that family can be chosen. His voice cracked. And today he chose us. 3 idiots who are desperately in love with him, who will spend the rest of our lives making sure he knows he's valued, protected, cherished. He raised his glass. To Ethan, the best thing that ever happened to us. Everyone drank. I couldn't speak. Jordan's arm came around my waist. You okay? He whispered. Yeah, I managed. Just overwhelmed. Good overwhelmed. The best overwhelmed. Later, after everyone left, we returned to our new apartment. Bigger than mine. Comfortable. Designed for 4 people. We'd moved in together 3 months ago. Learned to share space. Navigate personalities. Build something sustainable. And it worked. Better than I'd imagined. Home, Ryan said, unlocking the door. Home, I agreed. Inside, we collapsed on the couch. All 4 of us. Tangled together, exhausted and happy. I can't believe we're married, Devon said. Bonded, Ryan corrected. Same thing. Legally distinct. They bickered. I smiled. This was my life now. 3 alphas who loved me, who'd proven it, who'd earned it. A brother who was healthy. A future that felt possible. Thank you, I said quietly. For what? Jordan asked. For bidding on me. For staying. For proving that sometimes desperate choices lead to beautiful things. You saved us, he said. Not the other way around. You taught us what real strength looks like, what love requires, what family means. We saved each other, I corrected. Deal. Ryan's phone buzzed. He checked it. Miles wants to know if we're free for dinner tomorrow. He's bringing someone. Someone? I sat up. Who? He didn't say. Ryan smiled. Just said to dress nice and be welcoming. My baby brother is dating. Your baby brother is 20, Devon pointed out. Still my baby brother. They laughed. And I let myself relax. Let myself be happy. Let myself believe that this was real, that it would last, that I deserved it. Because I'd learned something in the last 6 months. Love wasn't about perfection. It was about effort, about showing up, about choosing someone every single day even when it was hard. And these 3 alphas, they chose me. Every day, without fail. And I chose them back. Forever? Jordan asked quietly. Forever? I confirmed. Even when we're annoying? Especially then. He kissed my temple. Ryan pulled me closer. Devon wrapped around all of us. And we sat there. A pack of 4, bonded, legal, real. The auction had been desperate. The heat had been hell. But the ending was perfect. 1 year later, Miles married his boyfriend in the same venue. We stood beside him, his pack, his family. Thank you, he whispered before walking down the aisle, for saving me, for showing me what love looks like, for being the best brother and the best example. Always, I said. He married well, to someone kind, someone who made him laugh. And afterward, at the reception, I stood with my 3 mates and watched my brother dance. We did good, Devon said. We did, I agreed. Think we'll be this happy in 10 years? Jordan asked. Happier, Ryan said confidently. How do you know? Because we choose it. Every day. That's the secret. He was right. Love wasn't found in auctions or desperate choices or childhood bullies seeking redemption. It was found in the daily decision to show up, to try, to be better. And we'd spend the rest of our lives choosing each other, again and again, forever.